Hello. So we'll make this practice a sister practice to the one that we just did with shoulders and hip flexors. We will start on your blanket folded in sort of a mountain fold, which is just the typical fold that you always have or often have. And have your blocks up at the top of your mat, standing as high as they will. And we'll come up to backs and bring your blanket under your hips. Legs stretched out long. And then arms wherever you want them. I kind of like to have them up. But it's totally up to you. And what this blanket does is just gives the tiniest little lift in the hips to start to release the hip flexors, not really stretching them so much as just like giving them a little break from the position that they're always in, kind of slightly contracted or very contracted. So just giving them a chance to lengthen and soften a little bit. And then what you want to do with your arms, like I said, is up to you. It depends on how the last practice felt for you. It might feel nice to have your arms in a hug like this, to have a little bit of pressure on the muscles between the shoulder blades. But do what you want. Experiment with all of the ways. And then decide what you like. Decide where you can stay for a little while. Let your eyes close. And go about the business of softening. Of letting your exhales release tension. In that space between your shoulder blades, in your hip flexors, all along the front body, in your jaw. Feel free to change what your arms are up to at any time. And just let your breath slow. And as your breath slows and your heart rate slows, and maybe your thinking slows, you can move into some awareness of what your body is feeling. Maybe feel that slight opening and lengthening in the belly and in the front of the hips. Maybe feel a slow unraveling of the space between your shoulder blades. Maybe there's just less urgency around all of it. And find 3 more breaths. pull your right knee into your chest. If it feels good to leave the blanket where it is, leave it. And if it doesn't, pull it. Drag your knee in toward your chest, maybe so much that the pelvis tilts back a little bit and gets even more length in the left side hip flexors. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. And send your right foot up to the ceiling. Hold on to the back of your leg if fingers will interlace there, so it's not so much work to hold up the leg on its own. Flex your toes down toward your face. Point your toes. Move back and forth between those two. And if you have your hands on the back of your legs, you can kind of feel how pointing and flexing moves your hamstrings and your calves. It's kind of neat to see how it's all connected. And pull your knee back into your chest and across your body into a twist. So it might not feel good to have the blanket underneath you anymore. If at any time that becomes true for you, just slide it off to the side. And one more breath here. And roll to your back. And hug both knees in. And send the right leg out long. Give the left knee a nice squeeze, maybe so much that you can feel it in the right side. And send your left foot up to the ceiling. And point and flex. Maybe a more limited range of motion on one side or the other. Pull your knee back in and across your body over to the right, coming into a twist. Maybe send your left arm out to the side. I really had to make an effort just then not to go oof in this twist. Ooh. Left side. It's just so much slower to accept big movement. It really needs time. And come back into the center. And pull both knees in. And bring both feet down. Press into your feet. If your blanket's not gone yet, lift your hips and slide your blanket away. And bring your hips back down. Just to find the mat with the low back and the hips here. And pull your knees in. Find a rock and roll. And we'll rock and roll our way up into standing. That's something that we haven't done for a while. Seeing how that goes, whether we cross feet or tuck a leg under or use hands or come to standing uncrossed and unhanded. Oh, some days are different than others. Either way, come to standing. Bring your blocks kind of out to the outer edges of your mat, standing tall. And then find yourself just slightly behind them. Feet right under your hips. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Hands to the blocks. Even if hands could go all the way down to the floor, leave them on the blocks today. Soften your knees. And you can use hands or forearms or whatever on the blocks, but let your head hang here. Use your arms as little as possible to do anything at all. Make sure you have some softness in the knees. Shake the head no. Nod the head, yes. And lift up halfway, nice long spine, reaching the crown of your head forward. Exhale, fold. Send your arms out and up. And inhale. And hands to heart center. Let your arms dangle here for a second. Give your shoulders a little shake. And send your arms behind you. Right hand on top of the left forearm, if that is accessible to you, or finding a strap, holding anywhere that you are able. And bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Letting the right shoulder be super heavy. Bringing your chin and your eye gaze down toward the left. And letting it stay for a breath or two. And come back into center. Release the hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, long spine, soft knees. Fold, hands to the block. Chin to the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Hands come down through heart center. Palms face forward. Take a breath in your mountain. And then switch the hand that's on the top. So now the left hand is on the top. And you may find that just switching the one that's on the top changes how you grip, and that is totally fine. Take a nice big inhale breath, right ear to right shoulder. And then chin comes down toward the right. Eye gaze down toward the right. And then back up into center. Release the hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Come into a crescent lunge. We're going to work on a little bit of a balance challenge today. So inhale, lift up, get tall and strong. Exhale, hands to the blocks, standing splits, which we haven't done forever. We won't stay. Right foot comes into a tree leg. Come up to standing. Whoop. Into tree. 3 full breaths. Release the foot down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Hands to the blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, crescent lunge. Already a balance challenge. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, hands to the blocks. Shift your weight into the right leg. Left leg lifts, standing splits. Press into your hands. Start lifting the chest as the left foot comes down. Tree legs up into tree. 3 full breaths. Exhale the left foot down. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back into a tabletop and into hero. If that is just not a thing that's going to happen today, slide your blocks underneath to find a seat. And if that is not going to happen today, find a seat in another way. We'll send arms out to the side. We'll wrap the right arm on top, left arm underneath, eagle arms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, elbows come down toward the belly, chin comes down toward the chest, round the spine. Stay here for a full breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, unwind. And then wrap it the other way. And how come I can already not remember which one it was? Right underneath, left on top. Inhale up. Exhale, round. Find a breath. Inhale up. And release. Nice. Okay, if you're on blocks, pop them out of the way. And come to your back. We don't need the blanket unless you want it under your head. Just might be nice to have a little support for the neck so that we're not kind of dipping back really far. Bring your feet all the way to the edges of your mat. And your arms all the way wide into a T, palms facing up. Take an inhale breath. And on your exhale, let your knees fall to the right. And instead of moving anything or, scooching that left foot back like we normally do, let's just let them be today. Just let them land where they land and soften how they soften. And we'll stay for a few breaths to really let that whole left front kind of release, and that inner right thigh. So if you find that you're holding on, kind of gripping in the right side seat, see if you can allow some release there and see what happens when the legs just kind of sink down on their own with the breath. Take one more breath here. And come all the way up into center. And let them fall to the left. Same thing, just wherever they land, leave them be today. As much as you can, allowing softness in the left side seat. Just kind of letting the legs start to be heavy. And releasing on the exhales. One more breath here. And come back into the center. Let your legs come out long. You can leave your arms at a T or bring them down by your sides. Let your eyes close. And allow your breath to come however it wants to come. And a few more breaths. And roll to your side. Find a breath here. And finally, make your way all the way up to seated. And we'll send arms out and up. Inhale. Exhale, hands into heart. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. I'll show you the source of all this panting. Hey, Rufus, come here. Hey. This is who's breathing so hard during all of this. It's not me.